Both the white helmets and the purple helmets will be joining in the race week entertainment and will come to a finale and a close on Friday the 11th of June with a winners parade, the big prize presentation, an air show, a spectacular white helmets versus the purple helmets challenge, and to mark the end of a great week, a spectacular firework finale. We were very successful last year with our Out of Douglas events, and I would again encourage visitors and residents to get out to other parts of the island and enjoy some of the other things that the Isle of Man has to offer. As well as the traditional meetings that will take place in Peel, Ramsey, Port Erin and Laxey, there are also many other activities and events to enjoy. Of course, it is not just the festival entertainment that exists across the island. It would be remiss of me not to encourage our visitors and residents to see the two events run by the Southern 100 Club on the Blount Circuit in Castletown. With classic races at the start of TT and modern classes at the end of TT, no one should miss the chance to see massed start road racing at its best. Finally, I'd like to thank all the people, many of whom are unsung heroes. Without them, we would not be able to run the event. The DTL Motorsport team works closely with our government colleagues in the Departments of Transport and Home Affairs, which contribute so much to the event. Many people have worked tirelessly on the infrastructure and the TT course to ensure that the Isle of Man mountain course is up to the required standards of safety and quality for hosting a modern motorsport event. We owe the biggest debt of gratitude to the volunteers that we require to run the race meeting. The Isle of Man TT Marshals Association continues to grow every year, and they now have over 4,000 people currently registered for marshalling at the event. There are also numerous other volunteers from scrutineering through to timekeeping, race office and control tower who freely and generously give up their time. Without this level of support, we simply couldn't run the TT races. Please show your appreciation to all the volunteers for their ongoing outstanding contribution to the TT races. As you will have already heard then, TT 2010 is shaping up to be one of the all-time greats in terms of both the racing and the TT entertainment. On that note, I'd like to hand you back to Tim and Chris, who will introduce you to the teams and riders who are expecting to make the news this year. As well as the return of many old favourites, there are also some exciting newcomers who will be pitting their skills against the mountain course for the very first time this year. My very best wishes to everybody taking part in the TT races this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Quayle. Ian Hutchinson went from zero to hero at last year's TT, having almost sat out the event, and he was left on the sidelines till very late in the day when he was signed by Clive Paget's multi-TT winning team. Hutchie bounced back to record 2 wins in the same day, taking hard-fought victories in the Supersport and the Superstock races, becoming only the 6th person to achieve such a feat in the 102-year history of the TT. Let's have a look at it.
Cronknamona, just a mile to go, and Martin is now, 6.8 seconds behind Hutchinson. Hutchinson has had a flyer over the top of the mountain to come over the line to get his 3rd win here at the Isle of Man. That's incredible stuff for the Paget's rider on the brakes to the slip road. So Ian Hutchinson for his 3rd TT win, and probably one of the most important races, the Super Stock machine. Nice stoppy there.
Yeah, big stoppy. There's not many people win 2 races in the day, and that must have been one heck of a last lap, Steve.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 3-time TT winner for Paget's Racing, Ian Hutchinson.
Boy, is that something? Only the 6th person in 102 years to get a double race win.
Yeah, I like how he said I came from 0 to hero.
Well, this time last year, you, I think, got on your bike, if I remember rightly, and cycled to go and have a word with Clyde Padgett.
Yeah, I did have a ride in place through the winter, and I sort of, somebody else sort of stepped in with a load of money and outbought my ride, really. But it was still there, but just not really working how I wanted to do it. So I jumped on my mountain bike and cycled over to Padgett's shop and had a bit of a chat with Clive, see if he was running anybody, what he was up to, and you know, it turned out that he could run me on the roads, but it left me with nothing for the British Championship. But in the end, I was back out in the British Championship, so it worked out.
And this year, a lot more settled, both on the British Championship side and TT the roads.
Yeah, I'm really pleased to be back in the British right from the start this year with the 600 Championship. I really enjoy going racing, and you know, last year was just heartbreaking for me to sit at home and watch all the boys out racing every weekend until I got on my bike in May. So, you know, we've made some steps forward with everything, and hopefully we can carry it into this year.
Just a nudge under 130 on a super stocker.
Yeah, it's. I think you know, we should be doing that really. If you look back at the sort of speeds that Dave Jeffries was doing in 2003, you know, 2002, whatever, the superbikes weren't anything like the superbikes that are coming to the Isle of Man now. They weren't that far away from super stock bikes really. You know, he was running around with standard forks in 2000 and doing immense lap times and stuff, so I don't really know why the times haven't been so good with super stock bikes, but it's getting there now, and obviously that was on the last lap with a worn out tyre, so I think this year it'll definitely go over the 130 mark.
And just tell us about Clyde Padgett. I mean, everybody talks in glowing terms. You got John McGuinness talking about him. What's so special about that arrangement?
It's just it's sort of a relaxed environment, but in the right way. You know, he's doing, he's fully committed to the work that he needs to do, but without it being so intense that you feel nervous and stuff like that. You know, he's so good with the input that you give him, and you can just come in and tell him what the bike's doing, and you know, you don't really have to go into a lot of detail. He knows before you finish your sentence, yep, I'll sort that. You know, he's just so much experience behind him, and you know, it gives you a lot of confidence.
So same team, and that's got to be good.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever gone into my second year with the same team, and you know, we were down at Brands Hatch on Wednesday for the first ride out really. We did an afternoon at Mallory, but first proper test at Brands, and I went round and we never changed a clicker on the bike all day, which is, you know, unbelievable for me because I'm a bit fussy, but obviously because it's my bike from last year, we've got on it, and even with the cold temperatures and everything, it just worked for me. You know, it was a joy to be back out on it.
Wish him well. Ladies and gentlemen, two-time winner from last year, all in one day, 6th person in history, Ian Hutchinson.